Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were losing your mind? Where the pieces of the puzzle just didn't fit together? Where you couldn't understand why things were happening or why certain people were behaving in certain ways? Well, my friend, you might have been in the presence of a covert narcissist, and you missed some subtle red flags. Covert narcissism is one of the most difficult types of narcissism to detect, because these are the narcissists who are masters of disguise. They're experts at hiding their true intentions and manipulating those around them. They operate in the shadows, pulling strings and controlling situations from behind the scenes while maintaining an image of being humble, modest, and self-deprecating. If you've ever had a run-in with a covert narcissist, you know just how challenging it can be to spot their subtle tactics and manipulative behaviors. But don't worry, my friend. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain and reveal the 10 subtle red flags that indicate a covert narcissist might be lurking in your midst. But before we continue, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to support us in our goal to reach more people. Also, we would really appreciate it if you could leave a like on this video. Let's begin. No. 1. The echo chamber. Their world revolves around them. Imagine living in a world where everyone is out to get you, where every interaction feels like a battle. What it is like for someone who is stuck in the echo chamber of a covert narcissist. These individuals are convinced that they are always the victim, that they are constantly being mistreated or misunderstood, and they expect everyone else to see things the same way. For example, imagine you're planning a project with a colleague and ask for their input. Instead of offering suggestions, they immediately start telling you how it's impossible to do it that way, how everything will go wrong. Suddenly you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You try again, but no matter what you do, they seem to find something wrong with it. After a while, you give up and do everything yourself, only to find out that things still go wrong and the narcissist blames you. They make you feel like you're to blame for everything that goes wrong, even though it wasn't your fault. This constant sense of being right makes them superior, so they feel the need to belittle others and their opinions, even though they may never say it explicitly. Number 2. The empty promises. Master manipulators, the narcissist will rarely come right out and say that you're stupid, incompetent, or weak. Instead, they use passive-aggressive manipulation tactics such as sarcasm, mockery, and subtle jabs to make you feel inadequate. When they do this, you might feel angry or frustrated, but you also might start to question your own abilities. You might start to believe that maybe they're right and that you are not good enough. That is what the narcissist wants. They want to erode your self-esteem so that you rely on their validation. No. 3. Gaslighting's gentle hum. Distorting your reality. Gaslighting is a common tactic used by covert narcissists to manipulate and control their victims. Unlike overt gaslighting, which is characterized by blatant lies and manipulation, covert narcissists employ a more subtle approach. They will start to make you question your own thoughts, feelings, and memories. At first, it's subtle. They might deny things they said or did, or they might twist your words to make you seem at fault. Then slowly you start to second-guess yourself. You might start to think that maybe you are misremembering things, or that you are making a big deal out of nothing. This is exactly what the covert narcissist wants. They want to make you doubt your own judgment, so that you become more vulnerable to their manipulation. 4. The spider's web. Lurking in plain sight. They are experts at blending in and operating under the radar, which is why many people are completely unaware of their toxic behavior. They seem like the quiet, unassuming type, always hanging back and observing. They never draw attention to themselves, which can make it easy to overlook their subtle but sinister tactics. However, once you start paying attention, you begin to notice their disturbing patterns of behavior. They are always in the shadows, watching and waiting for their opportunity to strike. They are always listening intently, nodding their heads in agreement, but you can't help but feel like they are silently judging you. You can't help but wonder what they are thinking and what they are planning. 5. The listener who doesn't hear. Controlling conversations. When interacting with others, they tend to listen more than they speak, which can make them seem attentive and empathetic. However, beneath this facade lies a sinister motive. They are not listening to truly understand or connect with you. Instead, they are waiting for their turn to talk, ready to shift the conversation to their own needs and desires. You might start to feel like you are not being heard or valued. It can be frustrating and disheartening to feel like you are not being seen or understood. The covert narcissist is always the center of attention, even when they are supposed to be listening. They will often use subtle tactics such as interrupting you or changing the subject to make it about themselves. This can make it difficult to establish any kind of meaningful connection with them. 6. The conditional support. No strings attached. A covert narcissist will never offer you support or help without expecting something in return. They may agree to help you with a project or task, but they will make sure to remind you of their sacrifice and make you feel indebted to them. They may use guilt-tripping tactics or subtle jabs to make you feel like you owe them. This can be especially tricky when dealing with a family member or someone else close to you. If they are the one who is supposed to be taking care of you, then it can be confusing and painful when they use their love and support as a way to manipulate you. 7. The thin line between humble and conceited. Quiet disdain. They are masters of subtle superiority, believing that they are better than others, while maintaining an appearance of humility. While they may appear modest and self-deprecating, it's all a facade to hide their inflated sense of importance. Underneath the surface, they harbor a deep sense of entitlement and disdain for others. They think they are superior, and they believe that they deserve special treatment. This can be hard to detect because they are so good at hiding their true feelings. They are able to make you feel like you are the one who is being conceited and over. 8. All about me. Fishing for compliments. You might think that this is a harmless habit, but it is actually a sign of a covert narcissist. Fishing for compliments is a way for them to boost their ego and maintain a sense of superiority. By constantly asking for feedback, they are able to manipulate those around them into giving them the validation that they crave. This can be subtle. They might ask for your opinion on something that they already know you will compliment them on, or they might bring up a past accomplishment to subtly brag. 9. Setting boundaries with a narcissist. Protect yourself. Setting boundaries with a covert narcissist can be challenging, but it is essential for protecting your own mental and emotional well-being. It's important to remember that a covert narcissist is unlikely to change their behavior, so you must take steps to protect yourself. It's best to set boundaries early on in the relationship, but it is possible to do so at any time. One way to set boundaries is to limit the amount of time you spend with the narcissist. This may mean politely excusing yourself from events or conversations that you know will be draining or manipulative. It's also important to set emotional boundaries. This means being aware of the narcissist's tactics and not taking their words or actions personally. Remember that the narcissist is unlikely to change their behavior, so it's important to protect yourself and not engage in arguments or debates. If you decide to end the relationship, be prepared for a backlash. The narcissist may become angry or vindictive and try to manipulate or punish you. In this case, it's important to have a support system in place and to seek professional help if necessary. 10. Trust your gut. The most important thing. Trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Pay attention to your gut feeling when you are around the person. Do you feel drained or manipulated? Do you feel like they're judging you or trying to control you? If so, it may be time to move on. Don't ignore your intuition. It's important to remember that healing from narcissistic abuse is a journey. It takes time to rebuild your self-esteem and to learn how to trust yourself and others again. With time and professional help, you can heal from the hidden wounds of covert narcissistic abuse. That brings us to the end of this video. If you found it helpful, please like and share it with your friends and family. As always, the references and studies used are listed in the description below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.